passed out, I just have a couple of thank yous. First of all, thank you all for all the great curling we've gotten this weekend. And thank you for supporting this event for our 47th year. So it's great to keep this tradition up, and it's great to see some new faces and a lot of familiar faces coming to this event year after year. So really appreciate everything that you guys bring to the table. Obviously done a lot to get here for the A&B event final. So some great curling all around, and we're looking forward to some great curling for the final games as well. A couple of thank yous, most importantly to my committee. They're the ones that really made this happen. I would love to take credit for it, but these are the people that actually do all the great work. Ashlyn, Tony, Robin, Nadia, Mark, Krista, and Derek, Katie, Ingrid, Nancy, Lacey, Ginger, Paul, Donna, Catherine, and Jen.
And Sean.
Thank you to Joe and all of the ice crew that did all the amazing work to make the ice what it is, and obviously to our Piper. So to the Piper.
Good curling, safe trip home.
Good curling, everybody. Oh, yes. No time on this, and ties go to an extra end. Good luck, everyone.
Hello and welcome to the A and B event finals of the 2024 Harvest Bonspiel. This is the finals for the A and B event. On the on sheet 1 we have the A event final with Help I Need a Sweeper, Philadelphia and Dunnam on Red Rocks. We have While My Front End Gently Weeps on Yellow Rocks with Dan Pearson. Hey Skip, Don't Let Me Down, sheet 2 Red Rocks. And on the sheet 2 Yellow Rocks is With a Little Help from My Sweepers, John Trader and Bucks. Yellow. Oh.
We are being told that the warm room stuff is wrong. And we have now clarified that what you see on the ice is not what you see in the warm room.
Yes, apparently the signs are different on each side, so they're very confused.
It's because we have double-sided signs to be efficient. So they just looks like it's two other teams out on the ice.
Well, this one's
Sean investigates whether he truly has double-sided
The one
signs.
is... Oh.
Well, that's pretty good. So apparently what has happened is Sean has one that is properly double-sided, and then the other one, which is Dan Pearson's team, says on the other side, Mike Dunnam's team. So it almost looks like Mike Dunnam is playing himself.
Which he is, in a way. Dan... Oh, no. We do have the first stones on sheet 2. Nice centerline guard. It looks like the
Broomstones team. Hey Skip, Don't Let Me Down's got Hammer, so Julie's being asked to put up a corner guard.
We don't have last rock.
Oh, and then on sheet 1, Mike Dunnam was originally calling for a corner guard, and Sue points out that no, in fact, they do not have last rock. Perhaps we want a center guard. Probably from the confusion of having to play himself.
Meanwhile, John is trying to drag the redstone out in sheet 2, which he does. John saying on sheet 2, draw behind it. That's fine. Matt saying might be in. Jazz is saying a little wide.
All right, Michelle being asked to throw a corner guard, and John and Dan.
Draw to the button on sheet 2.
Oh, they wanted to go T-line. Okay.
Mike looking for a second center guard from Lori.
All right, over on sheet 2, Julie being asked to draw down to the yellow that is sitting on the button.
Patty's yelling for weight. Mike also shouting now. And nice shot on sheet 2 to take out the shot on the button. Meanwhile, good staggered center guard on sheet 1. Sweeper saying, John shouting for the sweep.
Over on sheet 1, looks like there's a delayed corner, but we're just going in the rings.
2 in the rings. Meanwhile, the shot from, with a little help from my sweepers, spilling over. Richard being asked to put a center guard, whereas Bill is trying to take out this out for once.
Well,
Bill's going to get at least one. Just past the upper one. Hits and flops into the 8-foot.
all right.
Jazzy's debating which way to flop.
I think she's going to flop towards the
Towards the wing, yep.
towards the wing. So John being asked to throw control. John over on sheet 2 is asking his second to confirm that they cannot see very much of that red rock that's sitting in the 4-foot.
So Matt's
Interestingly, he
getting
doesn't-
the same shot.
Yeah, he interestingly isn't asking to peel the center guard, which he could do at this point.
Well, he could just be plan B. Looks like too much curl for Team While My Friend on Gently Weeps, and it swings by. Mike choosing to try to draw under. Just squeaking by the guard on sheet 2.
Nice weight from Matt there, bumping it back to the back 8, back 12.
Patty doing a hit and roll under cover.
Link offering to say I might come from the other side. Patty saying no, I want to see what the side does. So they're going to come inside out.
Meanwhile, Mike Dunnam's team's shot going right through the same line that Jazzy's team did.
Bill being asked to throw the harder shot, which is the I just threw away control weight hit, and now you have to draw.
Richard is curling quite a bit. They're trying to keep it straight. They do, and noses it. Meanwhile, John is going to hit and roll towards the center. Rolls out to the side and the 8-foot back of the house. Mike is thinking freezing on top of it. Oh no, just tapping it back.
Alright. Amanda being asked to throw a hit on sheet 2.
Never touched it. No roll.
Sounds like a little wide on sheet 2.
I think her rock fell out a little bit there.
Will end up taking the stone out but bumping her own towards just biting. Meanwhile, Mike watching as the stone gradually curls over, takes out the yellow but also spills to the biting the 12. Looks like the yellow is shot of the 2 biters. Meanwhile, Patty running back for her first shot, looking for a hit and flop.
Alright, over in sheet 1, Jassy wants to get rid of the red. That's basically a 3 guard.
Soft control is called by Dan. It is sticking out just a little bit. Looks a lot straighter on the TV than it actually is.
That broom look good?
Maybe a little tighter. Maybe it'll ride and then it'll break.
Alright, Patty with her first rock.
Link shouting for sweep hard right away.
And she's going to get the hit and roll, it looks like.
Will take out both.
Oh, jams on her own. And
Oh, everything's out of the house.
everything's out of the house.
Dan calling for curl on sheet 1. Just going to get that close guard.
Alright, so yellow actually is very nicely situated with 2 biting on the rings, or the top one biting and the one full 12.
Red is still hammer, or still shot with the 1 out and the out in the biting 8-foot on the 12 on the wing.
Mike trying to figure out who actually is second shot or third shot.
Pretty sure that's second shot. So Mike's going to go after the one he just touched.
We're going to go inside out.
Has been curling a lot inside out.
Alright, I think Amanda being asked to draw on sheet 2, but it looks like her rock just kind of floated out. Sheet 2 is tricky, especially as you throw towards that door back
But
there.
just runs right out the back of the ring. Mike calling for sweep, hard sweep. Going to hit and stick.
And now everyone takes another peek as to seeing which one is closer, that back red or that top yellow.
There's the top red and the back red and the yellow are all kind of close. Dan looking for a double.
Normal, just right.
Alright, so Patty being asked to draw under on sheet 2.
Jazzy's is called down. Dan's calling for a sweep.
It's got to come back a little bit. Right now it's on the outside.
Stay close though.
They want to avoid the jam, which they will. Nice shot.
Great double there.
Alright, Mike's just going to follow that down and do the same thing.
Richard saying on sheet 2 it's a little hot. Everyone's just kind of following it down. Mike in first at the skips rocks. So 2 missed draws on sheet 2. It's obviously faster than they think on that line.
Yeah, and they're going to try to go the other way now, since they haven't had much luck on the outturn side. Probably because that door is causing some of their rocks to fall out too if you get outside the 6 to 7 foot line.
Mike's stone looks like it's going to curl and just tick the yellow.
All right. So Dan's going to hit that red and try to roll in a little bit to get 2 in the rings.
Normal is called. Meanwhile, John skips stone, trying that draw around the other side.
Sweeper's on it immediately.
Amanda calling for the sweep more. Saying 4. John's screaming for curl. Gonna just tick off.
Thank you for repeating a lot. I couldn't quite hear you. I couldn't hear you.
All right, Mike contemplating whether the double is there, I think.
Double for blank. I think it is there. Depends how risky he wants to be. I think this early I'd probably just take my 1.
Alright, we're going to try for another draw on sheet 2 on the outturn side from Link here. If I remember correctly, is the lefty. That's right.
The intern side now being pretty covered with a lot of guards.
So this will be interesting because this is Link's intern side because he's a lefty. I don't think we've seen a lefty throw on sheet 2 in this direction.
You'll see that Patty's not giving him nearly as much ice as others.
Where is it? Let it curl. Okay, perfect.
Richard's saying it really, really needs it to get there.
Well, they got it by.
Wow.
And now they just need to make sure it stays in the rings.
Well, it didn't. It does stay in the rings. Very lucky. Mike, meanwhile, taking the 1 out. Oh, wait, Dan has hammer. That's right. So Dan draws for 2. 14-5 being called
For T.
That's pretty fast for a first end.
Yeah, Dan's taking advantage of a pretty open draw to find out what T weight is. Draw weight is right now.
There's been, I think. Only one rock kind of gone down the line.
Jassy's saying we've only seen 1 rock down this line, so it is a bit of a guesstimate.
Top 4 is the sweep call. Back 4.
All right, on sheet 2, John Trader with his last rock is trying to draw down to that red that's in the back 12. Amanda's saying we need a lot of curl. That rock's falling out.
Dan's rock little heavy. Mike's going to try to help it out, but I don't think he's going to get it all the way. No.
Okay, 2
2
yellow.
for Dan. Meanwhile, John's rock just sticking around.
So I think Link is going to try to just get a hit and stick for 2.
Dan suggesting top 4 for the first stone from Michelle.
I think he wants to see if Mike's going to chase it or if he's going to take the bait or if he's going to throw the corners. All right, hammer on sheet 2. We're off. Sweep is called. Patty saying all the way.
It is curling. It is curling. It is over curled. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
One for red.
Didn't over curl, but ended up taking their own off as well.
Interestingly, Lynx rocks curl a lot more in sheet 2. I think it's because he's a lefty.
So, while my front end gently weeps stone a little deep, and Mike's going to take advantage of it by trying to sit on top of it.
Foregoing the corner guard for now.
And it's pretty hot. And it will run, bounce, and then go out the back. Jazzy calling for the top 4 again. Patty calling for top 12. Both of them going a little deep. Dan sweeping to the back of the house, and John sweeping it through the house.
So, interestingly, Mike is going to try to sit on top of them in front. I don't think he wants to go all the way back behind the tee line, though, but...
I think there might still be a biter on sheet 2. Calling for sweep hard. Is curling. Going to be top 4-ish. Tee line. Jazzy looking to pick out the top stone. Meanwhile, John deciding to sweep his own back into the red and just freezes back end. John's stone being swept out of hand. Dan's holding the line. Chips it out. Good sweeping by Dan, keeping it straight. Trying to go to the wing on sheet 2. Hauling off the sweepers, but Link's still thinking it needs it. Does end up on the wing, leaving John to think what to do. Meanwhile, Bill's stone being called for sweep. Mike calling him off. Is running, not sweeping too much, but it should run right back to these 2 yellows. Does run to the back yellow. Not quite between them. Jazzy saying, let's just get rid of it.
And for those who are wondering what's going on in the warm room, they are giving out the awards for the C and D events right now.
Patty looking for a hit here from Richard. Dan holding the line hard. Will free out. Keep the red jams, but freeze out. Now the two yellows are locked together. While Richard Stone is away. Calling for the sweep on sheet 2. Just touching it, but not enough to get it out. Bill's second stone being called for the sweep right out of hand. Taken off. Trying to hold it. Trying to hold it. Just not. Oh, just get a piece. Dan saying now we got to take that red out. Meanwhile on John on sheet 2, just taking off the red rather than taking it out. Leaving Patty to suggest trying it again for the takeout on the wing. Gonna come from the other way. Link sweeping. Dan calling for the sweep. Oh. Touching the yellow just a little bit, being deflected to get the back yellow. Both yellows still on the rings. Meanwhile, Jazzy Stone on sheet 1, taking out the intended stone and spilling out. Mike calling for the hit, trying to double it out.
Mike switching to looking for the blank now, possibly. On sheet 1. On sheet 2, I think we're trying to see how this, how Matt's rock will curl up. Ooh.
Oh, just flashes by.
Just misses. All right, so now Patty's thinking that they want to hit this yellow that's currently shot rock. Link thinks you come outside in instead of inside out on that, so he's put his broom down.
Sheet 1, the double is missed. They do get 1, but
Red stays around.
red stays around. Dan's going to chase it. Dan calling for line quickly. John holding it.
Over on sheet 2, Patty's going to get a slightly in roll off her hit. Very nicely done.
Sheet 1, John does manage to hold it, get a piece, takes it out and spills out behind the other. Mike's going to try for another double.
All right, John Trader on sheet 2 calling for board. He's got to avoid the jam on this red, but he wants to hold his shooter and ideally be shot. So nose would be fine.
Mike's shouting for a sweep on sheet 1. Looks like it's going to hit about where he wants it to, but jams instead of getting the double. Dan suggesting hitting and flopping away from his other.
All right, nice shot by Amanda. Beautiful bumper weight to hold the shooter and roll slightly. There is kind of a double, but that's what Link and Pal you're talking over right now. I think they're just looking to kind of punch the yellow slightly on the inside and roll over, avoiding the jam.
Link double checking who is second shot. Meanwhile, Jazzy calling the sweep all the way. And nice shot to sit with the two on top of each other. Mike gonna try another chance at the double.
Dan picking a great weight choice for his shot there, so his roll, because he had to hit that one on an angle, but he didn't have much of a roll. All right, Patty being asked to throw another out-turn hit on sheet 2.
A lot of weight on that one. Link thinking no. Yes.
Patty getting the double. All right, Mike with his first rock. Sue calling for sweep. Bill and Lori working on it. Oh, got to sweep.
Got to sweep it. Got to get it out. And they get it out. And the Mike makes the double. Sticks around.
Yep, so Dan's looking just basically for a little roll to center to make the blank harder.
Sweepers on 2 managed to hold on.
Interesting sweeping technique by Link while he slides backwards there. Did you see that?
Yes, he's got a very vigorous sweeping.
But he was sliding backwards.
On his slider.
On his slider. Don't try that at home.
Dan, meanwhile, going for the hit and flop.
Well, I think he just nose is fine on that for him. He just wants to make the blank harder by moving the rock towards the center if he can.
Well, if he flops, I think he wanted to flop over to make a jam possible. But we'll just sit right there. And the blank is on for Mike Dunnam. Meanwhile, Link looks like a draw in here. But not going to split the house.
Well, I think that other red rock in the wing is far enough that it would be considered somewhat of a split. But sweepers are saying it's light, so they got to go hard.
It's running, so they're
curling quite a bit.
Needs to stop now. That's definitely deeper than they thought. But does settle in the back 8. Mike's final stone.
Mike's final stone's got to curl a hair. It's curling up right now. So
It will
blank.
It should get there.
Well, there. Nice job. All right, he cleared
And
both
a
of
double. Superfluous double, but double nonetheless.
All right. John Trader looking to do a hit and stick on sheet 2 for his first rock.
So Jazzy calling in the rings again. While John's last stone on sheet 2.
He's got to move. He's still off the center line. Once it grabs the center line, it should go. Yep, and now they're calling for sweep as it kind of crosses over the center line. Real nice weight choice here to stick around.
Dan's saying we need to keep going. They're top 8, now top 4. Very nice. Mike's going to ignore it and go for the corner guard. Meanwhile, Lynx, second stone. Lori's stone running a little bit. Lynx stone being swept and will stick. Leaves John's Hammerstone hit and stick for 1. Lori's corner going into the rings. Jazzy going to chase it. Dan trying to curl it slightly. Good shot. Flops out to the wing a little bit. Mike debating. Meanwhile, John's John Stone hitting and bouncing, but sticking enough for 1. Mike calling for a sweep.
Keep it coming then. As far as you can. Oh, it's me. I'm sorry. Good idea. Yeah, if you want to, I don't mind that.
It's okay.
Yeah, even if we guard for 2 bars, you kind of hook it pretty good. Pro side to 2 over a 4. Yeah. You see about a quarter, you know. Top 8.
John calling for the center guard. Said rather have it short than long.
No, don't let it Peterson see it. Even if it fits, don't sleep it.
Alright.
And sheet 2, the center guard ends up on the T line. Patty saying sit or push it back. Jazzy's stone ends up a guard.
Thinking they shoot the court. Either one of those out of the way is fine. Plan A's to hit that. Okay. Plan B's to hit one of those.
Mike going to try to go through the port, but hitting either guard, it's a fine outcome as well. Patty needing to curl. Oh, it's curling. It will touch. Just spill into the center. Will be shot stone, but behind the T line.
All right. Bill being asked to go through the hole there?
Yes, go through the hole. Hit any guard, it's fine too. But it's just running right through that hole. Taking it out.
All right. Maria on sheet 1, throwing normal. To make that red go away. Looks like she'll nail it right on the nose.
A little tiny. Back hard. Yep.
All right. Jazzy asking where we are on the draw. Dan says back 12.
Mike's going to try to get it out the back of the house, which looks like it will do.
All right, Julie on sheet 2 being asked to throw a hit down to that yellow. Looks like her rock is a little light. Sweepers are holding it. Sweepers are holding it. All right, nice shot by
And
Julie.
stick for Julie. Meanwhile, Bill looking to take out the other yellow stone in the rings.
I guess normal since we just saw the exact weight line.
All right, on sheet 2, John Trader saying normal because we just saw it from Maria. So Matt throwing normal.
Meanwhile, Bill's takeout takes it out and sticks it as a biter on the wing.
All right, Matt's rock might get a piece of it.
No, just goes by.
Over curl a hair.
Roll would be nice. Sit here. You're heavy, we push it back, that's okay.
Richard on sheet 2 being asked to just sit on them. Pushing them back would be fine.
Yeah, they don't have hammers, so sitting on top is really good because then it makes the rock hard to remove.
Meanwhile, Jazzy is first going to try to take out the red and flop back in.
Oh wait, red does have hammer on sheet 2. Never mind. All right, nice little roll there for Jazzy. Oh, Richard's rock was a little heavy.
Goes
Kind of tapped, they made contact, tapped it over just a little, but not enough to stick around in the rings. I'm sorry, Link's rock. Oh no, so we're on second.
that was Richard's rock. Yes. Matt going
Getting
for
a
another
good
hit.
shot at the normal weight hit.
Sue's shot, meanwhile, going to Mike's calling the sweep on that one hard.
Matt getting a nice double over on sheet 2.
Meanwhile,
Sue
Mike,
getting a nice roll on her shot under cover.
it is sticking out enough that Dan can hit it.
They're going to chase through that port that Bill went through earlier. So Patty telling Richard again that she just wants to sit on top of that yellow rock.
Dan calling the sweep. Looks like it's a plan B of a run back.
It's a plan B raise. Oh, and it works.
Does make
Nice
the takeout
job.
and buries itself.
Very nice.
Good on Dan for seeing that right away.
All right, so Mike looking to go through the port the other way to get to that yellow that is now under cover. Richard's rock, a little light, wound up as a guard, and so John's just looking to throw something in the top 12 that maybe takes away the hit path for that yellow. All right, well, clearing out the guards when you have hammers never a bad idea, so.
Dan and Jazzy discussing drawing under the Redstone.
Keep that in your pocket, Amanda. No, keep that shot in your pocket.
Patty running on the ice to get down, but he's going to be asked to make possibly a double on the yellows that are there.
Dan saying needs it for Wade and to curl.
John and Michelle working it hard to get it to touch the rings. Nice job on the sweepers.
And a biter. Mike looking at a hit and flop of the inside to get under those two.
Patty getting ready for her shot. She's going to throw a hit. And getting called for sweep. Early.
It's going to overcurl a little bit.
No, she gets what they were looking for, which is to hit that outside one first. It was a little higher. Mike also a lefty. I think Mike and Lori are both lefties.
Wait for it. Just nose.
Nose outside. All right, Amanda's off with her rock, trying to get rid of that red that's in the top floor. John says whoa because there was a little bit of a pitch out on the throw. Looks like she might get her own.
Yep. Patty looking for a guard.
Well, the Patty's got hammer.
Yeah, well, she wants her too, so she's got to prevent the red from. Well, she could get the yellow and just
roll out towards the
to
wings. No one's ever getting to anything by the doors. All right, Dan with a lovely hit and roll.
Now undercover, leaving Mike looking at
a double to blank again. Mike really doesn't want to take his one, so he's looking to blank again.
Double's definitely there.
It's a blank double because you're never going to roll. Well, he might roll onto the ring.
He could roll onto it, but looks like no, he's just going to try take his one.
All right, we're drawing for one on sheet 1. All right, Patty is going to, I think, make a play on the yellow right now. They have been convinced that the guard was not what they wanted to do right now.
Well, they still have 3 rocks left, so.
Yep. Says no, their rock's got to curl a mile and a half. All right, she'll make contact, which is good.
And nope, too much. Mike, meanwhile, his final draw looking like it's running a little hot.
Yeah, I think they've gotten caught a little bit on this line.
Steal a 2 from while my front end gently weeps.
Okay, so John looking to make a hit on that red again. possibly flop over. But I think he would be happy just to get nose instead. Sheet 1, Michelle's going to go top 4.
Well, they're thinking if it ain't broke.
Dan says back 8. Jazzy says I don't want back 8. She says 13-4, so they're going to try to, I think, bring it all the way through. And through the house if they can. All right,
It's going to bite her. Tripping hazard, as I like to say. Mike's going to ignore it and ask Lori for the guard.
Yep. All right, John made a nice nose hit, so Link now has to
Pull out a skip's deuce.
Yep.
He can, if he flops out to the wing under the guard, well, Patty's looking for the opposite direction. I guess that's to keep the blank alive.
Nice corner guard from Lori on sheet 1. Jazzy asking for top 4, now coming on the outturn side. Sweeper's calling Link's draw hot on sheet 2. Oops. I think we're
Gonna just go right by.
All right, Mike gonna go get under his corner a little bit here. If they angle it right, they'll be able to do it such that a hit on theirs would probably jam on the yellow. See what they're looking for. Very patiently waiting it to curl. It's not moving a whole lot.
John, meanwhile, looking to make the hit and stick. Trying to bring the force into play. Stone on sheet 1 is exposed, and they should be able to get this out without jamming, but it might jam. Meanwhile, John's rock is just going to stick up with a little bit of a roll.
All right, so I think the blank's on for sheet 2, contemplating which way to come. Jazzy calling hard. This one looks like it's going to go up. All right. Gets rid of the back yellow.
Mike's calling for a hit and flop under cover.
Hit and roll over here.
Control called on the weight. Here it comes. Looks like it's gonna hit and stick. It'll be 1 point for Team Hey Skip Don't Let Me Down in the B event final. Mike, meanwhile, calling for sweep hard, trying to keep this thing on line, but it is, ooh, it just nicks it hard enough to get it out into the just biter range. Jazzy is going to say, let's get rid of this guard.
Patty called for a biter on sheet 2 from Julie. Patty saying she wanted it in, Link thinking that they wanted a guard, John being the tiebreaker saying I witnessed Patty saying she wanted it in.
But anyways, it is going through. Mike looks like he's going to draw under the stone that ended up as a guard after the takeout.
Maria on sheet 2 being asked to throw a corner guard. Sweepers
Sweepers on
like it.
sheet 1 trying hard to get it in, and they swept it, and it's going to just make it. Very nice, mostly under the guard. Dan calling the looks like a run back.
All right, Patty says sitting on top of the yellow is okay, drawing behind the yellow is okay, which she doesn't want as a guard and she doesn't want it through. Julie says okay.
Dan calling for sweep. Plan B is called, apparently. And, oh, it gets it, but jams.
All sorts of jams. Wow. Okay. Sheet 1 is obviously the shenanigan sheet, as we saw from the 9 a.m. finals.
Yes, we had different weepers in that one.
All right, John just looking to do a nose hit on Julie's rock that's in the 12-foot.
While Mike asking Sue just to draw around undercover.
Getting a piece of the red, but ticking off.
Red stays in. Ends up hitting her own out.
Who shot? Whatever you like. How much do you say? I got 3/4. I'm okay with the peel. I like the peel. Okay? Hit and roll.
Patty looking for a hit and flop over towards the other ice. Richard saying he needs less ice for the shot. I think Jazzy's just peeling a guard, right?
Jazzy is going to try to peel. Looks like a double peel. No, just over the top for the double peel. Mike saying let's stick one under the remaining guard. Okay, John is going to make a hit on the nose for the red. Wants to hit and stick. Sweeping on both sides. Mike calling him off.
I think they're just going to get the red. Over
And
on
out.
sheet 2.
Sheet 1, the red is going to be a little deep, but should stick around.
Okay.
There is a double there possible for Dan. That's what he's going for.
So I don't know if you noticed, but Dan has switched over to the traditional delivery style now. I know he's been working with Wayne Anderson on that over at Bucks.
Dan learning originally with the Utica slide method, which involves sliding out on a knee slider, but it is not allowed for regular competitions.
All right, over on sheet 2, Patty's asking, is it in? Link given the signal of hands up, it's hot.
Dan's rock hitting 1, hitting 2, and the double is made. Very nice.
All right, over on sheet 2, I think John's got an open house now to generate a deuce. He says we're going to draw to the wing. Looks like Matt's rock is going to potentially over curl a bit towards the boards, but hang on in the rings to bite. So that'll be nice.
Just on the tee line, a little over.
So I think they're going to try to draw down to it instead of trying to hit it.
Mike trying to rally with a skip's deuce, drawing under the red.
That looks like a hit on the yellow. Looks way heavier than draw.
Oh yeah. Does take it out, sits. Shot stone for now. Dan going to try to hit and stick to force Mike.
All right, Patty with her first. Is going to try to draw on corner freeze on that yellow that Matt threw. This looks like it's going to be a lot more weight than a draw.
Well, it's also not going to run into that yellow.
Well, it might.
Dan's final rock on sheet 1. Calling hard to get it. And rolls a little bit.
All right, Mike's going to draw for 1, and he just threw the draw, so he should have a pretty good sense of the weight. All right, Amanda looking to split the house over on sheet 2. Sweeper's working very hard to get it in.
Looks
Nice
like they're going
throw.
to make it. Ooh, it kind of just starts running at the end.
Yeah, but it's they're nice and even.
Yeah, no double there.
Sweepers on sheet 1, kind of cleaning Mike's rock in.
It's got plenty of weight.
It's a little heavy. It's got to be on that back yellow.
No, it's going to stop. It's going to stop.
Oh, all right. Just in time.
Just in time for the 1.
Jassy said I had to sweep it, otherwise Dan would yell at me. Alright, so Patty being asked to hit the yellow. That's currently shot rock. Link going, don't overthrow it, which, as we all know, the last thing you hear is probably what's going to happen.
Sweeper's getting confused. But
Nice shot
makes
from
the
Patty.
shot and rolls to the center.
Nice shot from Patty. All right.
Meanwhile, Lori's shot being helped along. Just over the hog line.
That's the one guard.
Mike saying that is a one guard. Lori saying if you want to steal, it's what you need.
John shouting for the heavy sweep on sheet 2.
He's trying to hit it on the outside to get a little bit of a roll and split the rocks again. Oh, more towards the center. Mike asking for a 3 guard now on sheet 1.
Line's tight. Yes. 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 Hard. Hard, you can bring it. Get the separation.
All right, over on sheet 2, Patty asking Link to just hit.
Mike trying to get some separation on his 2 guards. Has 2 staggered but very high guards.
All right, Link's rock needs to move quite a bit and get over that center line. I think he's just gonna flash
Just
it.
missing it. Leads to John's first stone. He's saying top 8. Meanwhile, Michelle's stone a little heavy. Gonna be. Oh no. It's gonna stick around. Mike
Alright.
calling for another guard.
Well, Mike needs to steal, and in order to steal, you need guards. So he's gonna take advantage of that 5 rock roll. This is the last one. All right, John is going to draw to the wings so that he's sitting 3. Sweepers on sheet 2 indicating that the rock is probably a little hot, possibly back of the house.
Mike calling the sweeper off, thinking it is also a little hot. Mike deciding to just try to bury it at the end.
John's
Top
rock
row.
settling very nicely in the top 8, looking really good. There is a double there. It's a long-ish double. I don't know if Patty's going to play that or not. Well, alright, so Link going to make a nose hit on the current shot rock on sheet 2. They did briefly discuss whether to play the hit and flop / potential double, but he's going to go with just getting rid of 1.
Meanwhile,
Might over curl.
John's shot pushed over enough to make contact with the red stone, but rolls out itself.
All right, links rock over
Goes
curl.
through.
So John's got an open draw for 4 now on sheet 2. He's going to just play the same thing he just threw.
Bill on sheet 1 trying to draw in.
Sue trying to curl that rock in. Mike coming out to help. All right, hammer on sheet 2. John with an open draw for 4. Matt saying it's pretty similar, which is always good. He just has to touch the rings.
Meanwhile, John lining up the same shot he just threw, take out for the red.
Link thinking maybe he can get something on it. It's going to go through.
It is heavy, and he sweeps it through.
All right. So 3 for John, and they go up 4-2 in the 5th. All right.
And Dan pushes it out, the bounce of it, the John Stone out to the side.
Hit that roll.
Mike thinking hit and roll of the shots of the stone that just was the takeout.
Normal. Normal.
All right. So John, I think, asking for a top 4 shot on sheet 2.
Only for week, the lines get over curl.
Sheet 1, Stone does take out one and make contact with another, but does not flop over far enough to be under the cover, so Dan's just going to tell Jazzy to take it out.
All right. Julie being asked to draw under the corner guard that the yellow rock wound up as on sheet 2.
Now we know.
All right. Sweeper's calling T on the weight. Patty saying it needs to curl.
Now sweeping, they're saying leave it high. It's going to be full 8. Dan saying might need to curl this a little. Is curling. Going to hit and flop to the outside and just tap there.
Nice shot from Jassy there. Mike's got to get a counter in the rings on sheet 1, otherwise he's potentially going to be giving up a lot. Okay, on sheet 2, Sweeper's being asked to sweep really, really hard to get to that red. And they do just get by the
past that yellow.
Very exciting. All right, Julie is going to throw pretty much the same thing that she just did before on sheet 2.
Makes the hit on sheet 1, got rid of one, Dan trying to get the red to spill out. Does spill out.
Yeah, you want to do that now, though? There's a lot less risk.
All right, so while my front end gently weeps, it's basically deciding that this is a really good time to get rid of those red guards.
All right, coming behind. Guard's not bad. Top 4. Louis. Firm.
Dan calling sweep out of hand.
Looks like she's going to get the top one. And then they just got to make sure they roll their shooter all the way over so it is not a goal. Okay. Sheet 2, they get around Julie's 3 guard very nicely into the top 8.
Still sticking out a little bit. Patty deciding what to do. Looks like she's going to go for the outside one.
Yeah, I don't know that we're both set up. Yeah, it's too high guard.
All right, Patty calling for sweep on Richards Rock, which somehow is not falling out. And he hits and sticks nicely.
Well, Mike getting ready for his first. It's away on sheet 1. Sweep calling out of hand. Looks like we're going to get pretty close. And the double is made. Nice shot from Mike.
All right, on sheet 2, John is calling for sweep out of hand on Matt's first rock. Sweeper's working hard on it. And Matt gets it with a nice roll to center. Very nice. Very nicely done. All right, Dan just looking to get rid of it.
Looks like it's going to spill out. Patty's plan B is a tick, but going to miss everything. Mike's last stone. He's going to try to draw.
Well, he's got to get under cover so that it makes the blank hard for Team Yellow. Over on sheet 2, I think John is looking to put a guard up.
Sweeper staying off Mike's stone.
All right, over on sheet 2, Amanda's rock is curling in. to be a nice center guard.
Mike Stone stops at the back of the forefoot. Dan just trying to blank the end now.
All right. I think Link thinking that all right, they're getting the blank on sheet 1. Link thinking that he wants to maybe draw on top and take advantage of the yellow that's in the back 4 as something that's some backing they can utilize.
Yeah, we started cutting up. You got the broom on it?
Mike looking for the center line guard from Lori.
Patty's rock is off. Well, this looks like a hit more than a draw, so it's got to move a bit.
No. All there, Mike. All there.
Looks like she'll get a piece of it.
Does get a hit and stick.
Yep.
4 shots down.
Okay.
John gonna call Amanda to
100%, right? Okay.
asking if she can see the whole rock. John calling hack weight for the hit on the sheet 2.
Alright, Amanda is going to be asked to do the same thing and follow Patty's rock down to make the same hit.
Back it close.
And hit and to the wing. It stays in though, so good shot. Looks like Lori's second is running a little bit on sheet 1. But should still... No, it goes into the rings, and Jazzy's going to chase it right away.
Touch less.
Michelle second. Jazzy calling sweep. Dan sweeping hard.
Patty with her second being asked to hit. Looks like it's...
Yes, line. Hard.
Actually might have been a draw. They've got to get around that yellow. Alright, looks like she's going to...
Looks like it's going to get around. Maybe no. Just going to stop at it. Mike on sheet 1 calling the draw around to the button. Calling it tight. Mike gonna end it with a center line guard.
I think the double's good here. Give me on the double side.
Alright, over on sheet 2, I think John's looking to draw under that pile now that there's 2 red guards, a yellow center guard, and a yellow rock in the top 8.
Jazzy calling the double peel. It's going to be a single peel. Meanwhile, John on sheet 2, waiting for second, talking with his sweepers about the draw. He wants more broom. No, he wants less broom. Bill's second shot, trying to draw around again. Sweeper's calling on sheet 2, the need for the sweep to get around. It's going to hit the guard on sheet 1. Sheet 2 is also, just kissing the guard.
So now Team Hey Skip Don't Let Me Down has to think about what they want to do. Patty says you could try raising one of the red guards. There is also a yellow double based upon where John left his rock. The draw path on the outturn side is kind of not there because of that yellow guard.
Sheet 1 is another double peel attempt. Ends up stuffing the one guard. Mike, meanwhile, asking Sue to draw around again. Patty calling the sweep hard, gonna get a run back here. Nice run back hit, and sit shot after that.
All right, John looks like he's gonna try to maybe draw under. Or tap up the yellow that he just threw.
Just trying to get around this on sheet 1, and just does get around it. Just biting, but now Dan calling a double for Jazzy.
All right, so John's gonna draw over on sheet 2, try to get something buried.
Jazzy on sheet 1
Looking for the
is
double.
away.
Yeah, I think she's looking for the double.
Yes. Curl's called. Hits it.
No.
Red stays in the rings. Yellow's biting. And it makes it just kissing the top guard. Patty sweeping hard to get the rock, but the rock looks like it is sitting first shot.
Alright, so the question that Link is trying to figure out for his last shot is there an opportunity for him to try to get 2, keeping in mind that Link's a lefty, so this is his outturn side, and I don't know how much of that second yellow, the one that's closer to the middle, he can see.
He says he can see all of it. Meanwhile, Mike's team, Sue's draw splits the house. Pretty much perfectly level, so the double is not really going to happen. And Link's second shot, it's away.
All right, Link yelling at his sweepers to sweep.
Curling,
Looks
curling.
like he will get that second one for 2.
And
Nice.
2. Good
Nice
shot.
sweeping.
Meanwhile, Jazzy's rock is going to be just a little to the inside, giving Mike a choice of what to do for his initial rock. Dan and Jazzy with the hammer. Sheet 2, it is now all tied up at 4 with John's team with the hammer.
Patty asking for Julie to go to the wings on her first shot, even though they don't have hammer. Link's saying they gotta go to get Julie's rock to touch paint.
But it does look like it's going to make it. Meanwhile, Mike's first stone is away. Looks like it's going to be just bite of the sweepers say.
They probably want to outcount that yellow, which is also biting.
Yep, they will outcount the yellow.
But they also have left Dan a double.
But a double's okay.
Possibly a triple.
Dan's looking at the triple.
Dan can definitely throw enough weight for the triple. Okay, on sheet 2, Maria is going to throw a corner guard on the far side away from the rock that Julie just threw. Dan says firm. Firm is what? 8? 8.5?
It is a lot.
7?
I mean, it depends what you like. That's why most teams just talk about numbers at that point.
That's true. Well, we know their team thinks normal is 9.5, so I would say firm is probably 8, 8.5.
Don't remember if Dan was one that bought into the peel philosophy or not.
Meaning peel as a weight or peel as a shot?
Peel as a weight or shot.
I think he buys into it as a shot. Alright, so now Julie's trying to draw under the corner guard that Maria just threw. Frantic sweeping calls on both sheets. No one knows what to do.
And
Alright.
Dan gets a double. Almost a triple, but the one jammed.
Mike is going to get just a hit for 2. And they'll be right back in the game. John asking for a nose hit, possibly a little flop over on sheet 2.
Hold down is the call for Maria. John saying yes as much as he can. Gonna ask for a roll, just a little bit, gets one. Meanwhile, Mike on sheet 1 is trying to get rid of the yellow and force Dan to 1.
Alright, Sue on sheet 1 saying no, that rock's got to curl a mile.
That does need to curl. Does need to curl.
Maybe it gets a wick off the top.
It might get a wick. No, it's going right.
Oh no. All right.
Well, that means Dan can get a double here. Richard on sheet 2, trying to hit that yellow. Link sweeping hard to hold it. Gets the 1, and both spill out. Dan asking for normal weight takeout. Normal is the weight. Jazzy calling the sweep. Calling the sweep hard. Clean. It's gonna roll. It's gonna roll far enough. It's close, but it stays in. 2 points for team While My Front End Gently Weeps. John's getting the sweep under cover on sheet 2. So 6-1 on the A event final. Richard's rock is going. Patty saying it needs to curl. Michelle's rock.
Well, she's throwing through because they're up 6-1.
And Richard's rock makes the takeout and spills out. Has hammer and calls for the guard to the wing. John is looking to draw under his corner guard on sheet 2. Sweepers say it's a 5-6 on sheet 2. John said it was deeper than that, and it will settle back 8. Nice corner guard on sheet 1 from Lori.
Patty and Link discussing just coming down to that yellow that Matt just threw.
Another throw through on sheet number 1.
They could also peel the guard.
Not on this stone. That was
on sheet 2?
No, on sheet 1.
Oh no, I was talking about sheet 2. They could broom it tight and peel the guard if they miss the back yellow.
Meanwhile, another guard for Team Dunnam.
Alright, Patty's rock is off. It's got a curl. Quite a bit. And it will not curl enough to make contact.
What do you think about draw 2 little bump? Are you trying to lose it totally? Draw key. What do you guys think? Lose it totally?
John calling for the draw on sheet 2.
Like freeze?
Yeah, I was thinking, and pro side bump.
Okay, is it T-ish?
It's back 4.
Okay.
Bill looking to put up another guard on sheet 1. John calling for sweep on Amanda's rock. Behind, nice shot by Bill, behind cover, just biting. Dan suggesting just a single peel. The stone on sheet 2 over curling. Somehow not hitting the boards, but being right next to it.
Well, it tapped the red over and then didn't actually hit the boards, which is kind of impressive. So Patty's going to get another shot at trying to get to this yellow.
Meanwhile, John lined up for the takeout. Dan saying it's a little light. Looks like a peel is done, and the rock ends up sticking around for a center guard. Mike saying draw around what is now a center guard.
Let's go around that guard. Just like you did last time this way.
Link yelling yes. Mike yelling no. Good shot from Patty, making the hit. John trying to sweep it out into the open as much as possible. Mike's calling for as much sweep and bury it, but the rock is still at least half open.
I like just chasing this one, honestly. Or chasing this one. I mean, if you want to peel that, we can try to get that. Control! Like that.
Dan and Jassy discussing the merits of chasing versus peeling the one lone guard.
John, meanwhile, trying to encourage his sweepers to hold it, and gets it and rolls over a little bit. Judge's stone his way, normal. Dan saying it needs to curl.
Michelle, get the roll here. That's fine.
That's a peel of the center.
Jassy gets her peel. Alright, Link with his first. Looking for the nose hit. Got a curl. No, makes enough contact.
Takes it out, but rolls out. Meanwhile, Sue being called to just touch the rings. Looking for a three-way split.
John eyeballing the hit on the red, the one that's hanging out in the corner.
And a nice rock by Sue.
There is a double.
And Dan is trying for it.
Yeah, mission one is to kill the job.
All right, Amanda's got her broom down on sheet 2 for John's hit on the red.
Oh, Jazzy's is taken off.
No, it's running good. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, John's thrown his first draw. Looks like it might overcurl. Might get a piece of it. Very nicely managed. Avoids the jam on the yellow that's not touching the boards but still in play.
Sue now going for the takeout for the stone that Jazzy just threw. No. Sails by. So Dan's going to try to double out these other two reds. Link, meanwhile, trying to get the lone yellow out of the rings with a hit and stick.
Dan calling for firm weight for his double. All right, Link's rock. His last one. Link was calling for sweet. Patty sang up.
Dan turning around and not watching at first. Gets the double.
Nice shot by Dan.
Rolls out.
All right, John may or may not look for the blank here. It is hammer.
But it's hammer, it's 6 end. You have to consider there's only 2 ends left after this.
And you probably want hammer in the even ends. So
Now, Mike's discussion on sheet 1. If he can, looks like he wants to hit and try to get behind that corner guard.
all right, hammer on sheet 2. Call is control up. Amanda calling for sweep. Looks like they'll get the blank.
Blank on sheet 2. Carry the hammer over into the 7th. Mike's shot is away on sheet 1. Calling for the sweep, calling for the sweep. Looks like it's going to hit and stick.
All right, Julie's gonna start us off on sheet 2. Patty saying that, well, Patty hasn't made the call yet. All right, Patty says go to the wing. It's an interesting tactic when you don't have hammer.
Right there.
Dan Stone is away on sheet 1. Looks like it's going to spill out.
Well, it works for force. I mean, you're in the 7th, and I don't think you're going to, well, I think it's going to be really hard to steal 4.
Steal 5.
Well, if you take 1 now, you're going to have to steal 4 in the 8th to tie it. But I think they're having a discussion. Maria with her first.
Meanwhile, first stone going to be just a little deep into the back 4.
All right, Patty electing to just sit on it, not playing the hit. So Lily's going to draw down the other way. All right, Mike getting a single. He wanted to figure out what draw weight was.
So puts up 1. It's now 6-2, and last end coming home.
All right, Patty encouraging her sweepers to try to get that rock on the ring.
And it does look like it's biting. Lori's first rock, trying to get a center guard.
That's kind of hot for a center guard. Oh, it looks like it just kind of died right there.
Oh, it's dying
Yeah,
hard.
I'm not sure what happened there. Looked like they picked something up. Out of her hand, it looks super hot. Interesting. Maria's rock going to be a guard for her first rock.
Patty's still trying to draw down to it.
No, Patty's going to draw around the yellow that Maria just threw.
Meanwhile, Michelle's rock, they're trying to just tick the guard.
I think Mike's going to try really, really hard to get that red out of play, but it's not. So nice tick shot from Michelle. Richard's first shot, which was a draw, looks like Link's calling it really hot, and I think it's going to be through.
Yes, that's going to go through. John helping it a little bit. Lori's second rock being swept.
I'm trying to decide how to eat.
This one's not going to stop as suddenly.
Top 12, top 8,
It's going
okay.
to settle in as a... Mike says to get it on the center, but we are not actually playing the no-tip rule in this Bonspiel, so I think Jesse's going to call the same thing. All right, Matt on sheet 2 being asked to split the house. Sweeper's working on it to get it to top 8.
Looks like it's going to get there.
Good sweeping by everybody. Nice job.
Meanwhile, the throw through for Michelle's second rock. Mike saying to draw around or tap the guard up.
Patty being convinced to play yellow into yellow on the double. Interesting that they choose to go inside out on all of these shots instead of outside in.
Just what they know.
Yep.
Sweeping right away on Bill's first rock.
Now it's a little light. You might get like a half guard out of it. One guard.
Is a staggered centerline guard.
Doubles
Not quite touching, but
yeah, the double on the guards I think is what they're going to call next. Alright, so Matt being asked to just tap his previous rock up just a little bit.
Throw sides wide for the draw. Doesn't have to come much, just tee back four. Back four.
And if he makes this, then yellow will be sitting 4 with their rocks all nicely spread out with Heffner.
sweep is called on sheet 1. Looks like it's going to jam. They get 1, but they end up with 2.
Over on sheet 2, looks like we're over curling just slightly, but we'll get a little rub. Not much of a rub. But he sits in the rings for 4, so that's a nice setup for yellow.
Meanwhile, Mike asking Bill to just draw around these 2 middle guards. Mike saying it's narrow, needing to sweep. It is. They are holding it. They are holding it.
All right, we got to get around it. Oh, just a little wick.
Little wick does roll into the house at least, and starts gearing back around at the very end.
All right, Patty is eyeballing how much ice for this draw that they've been trying to make to this corner.
Just kill the ocean one, honestly. We've got 4 rocks. Yeah, we've got fouls to give here. Normal?
Game reset.
Yeah, we're only 5 fouls.
Don't get the penalty.
Normal?
And John's rock makes the takeout and moves out of the rings.
Mike counting to make sure he still has enough rocks to potentially steal.
He has 4 rocks left to be delivered.
All right, Patty's first one needs to curl.
Oh, Link's going out to help.
Yeah, the sweeper said it was light. Patty said it needed to curl.
No, it's going to be short. Mike, meanwhile, calling for it. It's close. It's close. Just
Well, they
taps
keep ticking
again.
that. They keep ticking that red over. Eventually, I'll get there.
What's that?
I think that's a good guard for them to try to.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Now they have to raise.
I think you roll this way to avoid the jam.
yeah, come this way. Yeah.
All right, so John's contemplating hitting that red that Patty just threw.
Control.
And that'll leave a nice wall of yellows. John calling for sweep. On those rocks. Very frantically calling for sweep.
Whoa! Play me! Roll the other way. Thank you.
All right. Now Patty's got a center guard to work with for steal.
Meanwhile, on sheet 1, looking to take out the guard. Plan B. Now Dan wants it to curl. does take it out. Sue's second rock. They're going to have to find a way to split the rocks to manage to get their 4.
Well, I think they've got 3 rocks left, and then you're probably looking at a yellow-red raise in the center for the 4th one. Otherwise, they're one out of rocks.
Well, they have to split. They don't have enough rocks to just do a raise.
All right, Patty's going to draw under the yellow center guard now.
Mike yelling for sweep. Getting close to the guards. Close to the guards, but they get around them.
All right. Keep going. Okay, now they're undercover.
And we got a stone undercover. Dan going to just try to peel this entire line.
Frantic sweep calling on sheet 2 because I think Patty's rock is a hair light. And now
Yellow's sitting, looks like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I do too. I really like
they're sitting 4.
No, the 4th one is,
Oh,
the red is out counting the 4th one.
Just kill the other one. They need us to touch that yellow. In some capacity.
John contemplates what to do now.
Yeah, throw through. Throw through. We'll try to pick this off, okay?
On sheet 1, Dan's going to try to pick out Sue's rock that is probably fully buried.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to hit that red into the house for them.
Same call. This is going to go this way. If it overcrosses, that's okay. Control.
Dan calling for the curl hard, but it is really flying out.
We're going to try to do the same thing. If it ever nudges the red back a little bit, it's fine. This is danger right here. Control.
All right, so John is electing to peel his own yellow guard out at the moment because he says it's the danger rock that would allow Hey Skip, Don't Let Me Down to potentially get undercover.
Sweeping call. Looks like they're running pretty straight. Oh, and manages to take out the red too.
Wow, everything.
That was a nice outcome for them.
Now we got a lot.
Now they're sitting 6.
So Link's got it. He's got 2 rocks. Yeah, Red has 2 rocks. So Link's got to get something.
No, I know. I realize that.
Meanwhile, Mike's first stone. All in line. Sue yelling up, but they need it for weight.
Gotta make it at least touch the rings.
Does get underneath.
I think it's sticking out.
It does look like it's sticking out. Dan's going to try to hit it out.
Dan says he can see half, so he's going to try to pick them out. But nope, they're going to go for the angle raise.
Going for the angle raise. Safer in the sense that Mike can't win it just by drawing.
Nope.
So somehow one of those other 2 reds needs to get in the ring.
Alright, so Link's first is going to be a draw.
Sheet 1. Hard is called.
Oh, and we get 1. And
We get 1.
That's enough. All right, so it's handshakes on sheet 1, I think. Yep,
Handshakes on 1. We have a winner, and the winner is While My Front End Gently Weeps, Plainfield, with Dan.
Dan Pearson's team winning the A event, and Mike Dunnam's team being the runner-up. So the shot call was actually a hit. They thought they were gonna. Oh, okay. All right.
Good. Nice shot. Certainly prevents the 8-ender.
John's going to try to take it out, and then Blank's got to find some place to hide, or he's got to sit on top, otherwise he's giving up the bundle. All right, well, congratulations to our A event winners, Dan Pearson, Jasper Kaur, John Gephardt, and Michelle Schaefer. And our A event runner-ups, Mike Dunnam, Sue Neerjack, Bill Neerjack, and Lori Dunnam. Which I think is technically a Bucks versus Bucks team. But somehow, Dan Pearson's team is Plainfield, and Mike Dunnam's team is Philadelphia too.
Oh, Mike does play here.
Yes, but they also all play at Bucks. All right, frantic sweeping on sheet 2. And
Jeps, but still
he
gets it.
There you go. Lucky Wick.
Wow.
Lucky Wick.
Now Link just gonna try to freeze on top of those.
Yep. Link needs to get a draw in there. All right. Link's off with the draw.
Needs to get it
Well,
somewhere.
it needs to curl a ton. It needs to curl a ton. All right.
Oh, this is heavy.
That's what the call is, that it's heavy.
Oh no, it ends up stopping.
Okay.
Perfect weight, just wide open.
Yep. All right, John with a nose hit. He doesn't even have to hold his shooter. But
he does need to make the hit.
yes. All right, his sweepers are ready for him. Looks like he'll be okay.
Looks
He's
pretty
got
good.
it.
Looks pretty good.
All right, nice
Hit
shot.
and stick for an end of 7.
Yep, and I think that's handshakes.
That
on
is
sheet
handshakes.
2. All right.
That means with a little help from my sweepers from Bucks County wins the B event.
And our runners-up are Hey Skip, Don't Let Me Down from Broomstones, Link and Patty, and Richard Chadwick and Julie Chadwick.
And from with a little help from my sweepers, John Trader, Amanda Brockman, Matt Damp, and Maria S. Wine.
All right, stay tuned for next year.